What's up, people? This is Javi here, and today I'm coming at you with a review of episode 3 of Beauty and the Beast entitled All In. Sorry it took me so long to come out with this. I wasn't sure if I was gonna really review this or not. Also, there's going to be another show, the USA series Burn Notice, which I'm a huge fan of, and it's going to be at the same time as Beauty and the Beast. That's premiering on November 8th, and my focus will probably be with that series. That doesn't mean I won't keep following Beauty and the Beast. I'll probably watch episodes online, but let's get to the review of this episode. Once again, entitled All In. Well, all I can say is that this was a pretty good episode, and probably the first episode where the series really held its own as a police procedural series. I was invested in the case and the outcome of the case. However, and yes, there is a however, this is mostly due to the fact that it involved an innocent person being framed and the person having two younger siblings being caught in the middle. Basically, and these are massive spoilers. The episode is about a judge who is murdered and a young immigrant woman who is framed for the murder. Her motive being that she was angry at the judge for deporting her brother. We then find out that after the woman is arrested, that she was also taking care of two younger sisters. One who is sick and being illegal aliens. Well, if they got found out, they would end up being deported. First off, it's nice to see illegal aliens who are not Latinos, as for once, as these illegal aliens are from Eastern Europe, from Bosnia, if memory serves. And like I said, due to the fact that the woman is innocent and that she has two younger siblings, both of who are just trying to survive and don't even know what's happening, it made me pretty invested in the story. And that's definitely a plus, and that's a big plus. As with most of the serialized shows, I watch them and then I can barely even remember what the plot of that episode was. I think the exception of that might have been Batman, the animated series. So this definitely was able to leave a good impression on me, and kudos to the writers for accomplishing that. However, I did feel that the story did have quite a few holes in it. The first one being that I felt that it was pretty obvious the girl was being framed. So much so that I was surprised Catherine was the only one who caught on to that. Vargas seemed to be pretty quick to call this an open and shut case, despite the fact that the murderer left her murder weapon parked right out front of her house instead of ditching the car somewhere, like the river. Actually, come to think of it, that might be more of a accurate depiction of police, as most TV shows often want to show the cops who are out for justice, but I guess the average cop probably would just take the open and shut case or the open and shut scenario. I guess anything that makes their jobs a lot easier. But perhaps, yeah, perhaps I should retract my statement there. I guess that's not so much of a flaw after all. Uh, Now, not that there are not cops who actually want to do their jobs correctly, and I'm sure that plenty of cops actually do care about serving justice. So, I'm not saying that these are all cops. All right. Also, I felt that the two male cops were your cliche jerk-ass cops who seem to not take Catherine and Vargas seriously, I guess because they're women. It's never outright stated, and if it was, then I must have missed it. But it seems like they're not taken seriously because they're female cops. Never mind the fact they're both detectives who have solved their share of cases. If this was taking place in like the 70s, I wouldn't be saying anything. But this is not taking place in the 70s. This is taking place in 2012, and women are pretty much fully integrated into the police force. I mean, I can understand them if the two cops weren't taking them seriously because they were a pair of rookies, but they're not. They're detectives. So please. let's move on, from the whole, let's not take them seriously because of their gender. I mean, once again, I'm not saying that this doesn't actually happen. I'm sure there are cases of it happening on the real police force, but I would imagine that by now it's not something that's highly highly tolerated, and that if either of them had complained to their lieutenant about it, the two male cops would have probably been reprimanded for it. Also, there have been plenty of depictions of female heroes on TV. Of course, the first one that comes to my mind being Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. So, it's not like this sort of stuff is really needed, especially now. But once again, this is not something that was outright stated in the episode, but it did seem to be heavily implied, though. One thing that I do have a major complaint about is the use of the shaky cam. As I said in my Taken 2 review, shaky cam works in horror movies when you make things scarier and intense, or it works, I guess, when you don't want the audience to see what's happening to create suspense and mystery, which once again is good for, a horror movie. But I'm tired of seeing it in my action sequences. There's a full-on chase going on, and the whole camera is shaky, and it's just really annoying and keeps me from enjoying the action. So please stop the shaky cam. It works in horror. It works in suspense. It does not belong in action sequences, and yes, that includes chase scenes. As for characters, this episode didn't do much for Catherine beyond reinforcing what we already know about her. I was glad that she did realize that maybe she had an image of Vincent as some, white knight, when he's really just trying to stay alive and helps, when he can. But self-preservation is his first main concern, which, given his circumstances, is understandable. And Catherine fully acknowledges that, which, you know, like I said, just further continues the character that's already been fully established. Vincent did get some good development here, mostly with him taking on the role of a doctor for the two young girls. Like I said, when it came to Vincent, he would deal with things, like directly in front of him. A hero, but not really going out of his way to really be one. Here he steps up and he helps out with just taking care of the girls and keeping them safe, and gets to do it, just by being a doctor. And we also get to see more of that darker beast nature of Vincent, mostly through his mishandling of one of the potential suspects. And of course, this is done against Catherine's wishes. This is probably the first time, and not the last time, that we're going to see Catherine the cop come to conflict with Vincent the Beast. I'm suspecting that's probably going to be a recurring theme throughout the series. And I know I've stated this before. It probably sounds like a broken base by now, but this series is pretty much the way I wish Smallville had been, with there being no secrets or lies, and Vincent, unlike Clark, just gets to be open and just say, yeah, I'm protecting you and keeping tabs on you, to keep you safe. Also, the ending on the fire escape reminded me a lot of the barn scenes in the earlier seasons of Smallville, which would have been a lot more sweeter and probably nice reflections for Clark had there been no secrets and lies. But that was Smallville, and this is Beauty and the Beast, which thankfully is choosing not to make those same mistakes. And the last thing I would like to comment on is the trailer. The trailer made it seem like this would be an episode dealing with Murfield and the mythology behind Vincent, when in reality it had really nothing to do with that beyond like two scenes. I really don't understand why this was done, as this was a good solid episode, and there was no need for this on the part of the CW. It makes me think that they don't have a lot of faith in the series, or they want the series to be less serialized and more arc and mythology based, which is what a lot of their actions and supernatural series are. But the police procedural element really hit the mark here, and hopefully they can keep it going. All in all, good episode. Hopefully a sign of things to come with the series. If the series wants to move more towards mythology, exploring the backstories of Catherine and Vincent, I personally have no problem with that, as I think that's a very interesting part of the series. As stated before, I'm also a Burn Notice fan. That series is coming back November 8th, and I will be following that. I'll probably be keeping up with Beauty and the Beast, however, through online episodes, and as long as I got the time, I'll keep on making reviews of the episodes, and hopefully helping the series to get more promotion. Anyway, if you like what you saw, please rate, comment, subscribe. Also, I recently joined a group called the League of Extraordinary Reviewers, and we're going to have our own movie award show called the LXR Film Awards on YouTube. And if you would like to vote, and please, I urge everyone watching this to come and vote. Down in the description, you will find links where you can vote for your favorite movies. The awards themselves happen, I believe, either late November or early December. I'll keep people updated on that. There's also some more movies that I'm dying to see on the big screen that should be coming out very, very soon. So expect some new, polished, much more polished movie reviews. So until then, this is Javi signing out.